I have with me here one of the best people I know. He's my boss.
I paid him for that.
This is Chris Medina. Chris is one of our elders and we have a story to talk about that's about missions at Stone Ridge, mission trips specifically. And for you, it did not start well.
No, with the first trip that I went on was one missions. I was able to go with both my kids, my daughter and my son. We were all excited, and we were up there the first night. Finished the hard day's work, and just sitting back and reflecting back on what an honor and privilege and blessing it is to help this family build a house. And then I get a phone call on my phone, and I'm like, wow, I got service out here. I didn't know that. And on the other end, it's my wife. She was at home. If you guys know my wife, she's Anna. She's an animal lover. I think the dogs are probably up here, and then it's us. So she's calling, screaming, and I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And I got the devastating news that our dog drowned in a pool. So now I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm not there at home to help my wife, support her, go through this. My friend was like, hey, take my car. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go drive. It was like almost 10 o'clock at night. And my wife's like, no, you're not coming back. You're not driving through Mexico. You don't know what's going on. And, so that just kind of, had a big impact on the trip. And I was like, man, why am I here? Why is God doing this? I'm trying to do good work, and here we are, and that's the news that I get.
And then it didn't really end well at the end of that trip either anyway.
No, so we got some people there who was praying for me and kind of got me through it. And then we get back home and then kind of find out that my daughter has COVID. So I'm like, okay, great. Here you are again, God, well, what's going on? The devil's trying to attack us. But it wasn't too bad for her. She kind of recovered. She still doesn't like certain things. And I'm like, just try it.
So for some strange reason, you went on another trip. I'm glad you gave it another shot. You kind of got roped into this one through our youth ministry. You served there.
Yes.
And this went better. Yeah?
Yes. So This one, it did go better, but it didn't end good either. I guess it did in a way, but it was awesome.
Go on a missions trip, would you?
Yeah.
All right.
It was awesome. The main highlight of that trip was just seeing the kids interact with all the other local kids and just helping to put this camp together for all the Bahamian kids that were coming down. But I got here in 2000, I was stationed here, and I'm like, why am I here? You're bringing me here. I come from Houston, huge mall. Me and my dad go to the mall, and it's Sears and Toys R Us. And I'm like, this is really not a mall. Why am I here? So fast forward, coming back to Yuma, and I'm like, why Yuma, why Yuma? Well, I think on this trip, God said, this is why I got you to Yuma, and this is why you're here. So my daughter started being active in the youth and in worship, and we ended up going to this Haitian church in the Bahamas, and just seeing her up there leading worship and seeing all the other church members singing English that they were trying to sing because, the language barrier was there. But that's when I felt God was like, hey, you know what? This is the reason why you are in Yuma, because you wouldn't have this opportunity for your daughter and for you to see your daughter up there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so you took the plunge a third time. Just this last November, we did another one mission trip where we build a house or do a piece of the project of building a house in Mexico. I think we have we'll get into the picture in a second. But so this was a follow-up trip, new house, new family, and things turned around. Things were good, yeah?
Yeah, this one was good. New house, new family. This was a mom, dad, and two kids. The previous house was a single mom with, I believe, two or three girls. I believe that's what it was. So we actually got to drive by the house that we started the first time. We were unable to meet with the family because she was at work, but we actually got to see the finished house from where it started. We got really close with the family that we were building for this time around. They were always there helping us. They even brought us fish tacos. I went with my son this time, and he actually ate fish tacos, which was a miracle because he's very picky and he doesn't eat. But throughout the months, I kept getting update pictures and how much of a blessing it was for our team and just the whole organization.
So we've got a picture of how the house looked when you left in this.
Correct.
This trip was you put up the walls, right? The foundation
so
was there?
we got there. The foundation was there, and if you see that little area to the left, it's basically like a room made out of pallets. This is where the dad was living in because they couldn't leave the material unattended because it would walk away. So there was a couch in there with some palm trees on top. You see that? And that's where he was living. We showed up, slab of concrete, and we erected basically the 4 walls, and they built trusses too.
And then you started getting updates. And the next picture is the next team put the trusses on and the roof, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And then the team after that essentially got it to the finish. Is that right?
The team after that, I think, did the skimming of the walls in the inside, and also put some walls on the inside. This picture here is the finished picture that he just sent me. I believe it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Say, hey, guess what? I got the keys to the house, and now we're actually living in it. So that's the family right there.
Yeah. And we have a quick video if you're just kind of curious. I mean, these are simple houses. It's a main room, a kitchen, a bathroom, and a bedroom. And we have a quick walkthrough.
As you're watching this, a lot of us have garages or carports. This is basically the size of a garage or a carport, broken into 3 different rooms. The master bedroom, that room you just saw was a kid's room, and the room that to the right was the bathroom. And the area that they were filming in was the kitchen, the bedroom, and like the sitting room or whatever the front room is.
Yeah. And so I love, thank you for staying in touch with him. That is so cool that we get to see the whole project in its completion.
And he did say next time we're there, I need to reach out so they can kind of show us the house and do something for us.
Would you do it again?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. And this was a fun trip.
This one was a fun one. I don't think we had any obstacles on this trip, so the third time's a charm. And I'm looking forward for the next one in November, and then hopefully there's another Bahamas trip coming up. So Tab will talk about that later.
So we wanted to leave you with a little bit of the fun that can happen on a trip like this. Let's check out one more quick video.
That was us almost done. Everybody was tired, stressed, upset, but everybody had energy.